on a bit of an upswing recently. He had, I think it was Just Roll With It, the one that we had on the soccer field. I don't remember which one exactly it was, but that was his first big event in North Carolina, and he made top 8 there and played super, super well, had wins on a bunch of great players while he was there. And then at the last Just Roll With It in 2022, I think it was.
You got top 8 there as well?
He got top 4.
Top 4.
With some really great wins. I think a win on Lima as well.
I think it was Lima, Diet Soda in top 8.
He played super, super well, and now he's looking to replicate that success he's had in North Carolina with a win over Toast. But Toast starting off strong, keeping his double jump here, but nice little 2-frame from Omega. Well, there's so much pressure off stage already, and Youngling, a bit of an exploitable recovery. Not super exploitable, but exploitable enough, especially for a character like Joker that will get back to the stage from anywhere on the planet. And now with Arsene online and such a light character, you are dead at 84% if you get hit by Arsene back air.
Yeah, especially when you're off stage that far. We did see the boomerang attack. I'm not sure if that was meant to be an early uppy or if it was just, and actually just was meant to be. How did all of that miss?
That was a bit of a scramble, and with Arsene coming down, I think Toast is a little happy about that, but now these combos from low percents, Omega looking so good in the early game of this game 1 of this Winner's Top 64 set.
Yeah, stuck at this ledge right now. And one of the main issues with Youngling overall is he does sometimes struggle to kill. If you can't find those early kill combos, you have to just rely on loose hits or reading the opponent. And players like Omega most of the time will not be giving that up. However, dropping that shield on down tilt is just a recipe for disaster. And
Toast will never miss that confirm. A bajillion%, he knows exactly what's going to kill there and what's going to lead to your death. And he knew down tilt up air was going to be it.
That's it.
So much pressure, and he's just going to daylight robbery the stock away from Toast. That was unreal.
So with Tetracators, I believe you have three uses of that up B, like total, before it stops grappling onto the stage. And he used all 3 of them, and he just each time he tried to get reel back in, there was a back air, there was a nair, there was a hit in there to mess him up. And we're seeing how those early Youngling combos really do affect this damage output, especially for the character with the damage-based meter of Arsene. That is, we've not seen him play this stock with it at all.
Omega started off this game so strong, but Toast, just the clutch factor, the absolute read on the situation, and Toast is Omega's already at 111% on his last stock, and it felt like he had such a strong lead at the very beginning, and he was building up so much percent, and then all the momentum just out of his sails immediately. But there's the drag down into the up smash, and now we're at last stock, but super, super strong lead for Toast, and there's so many confirms that will work for Youngling at this percent.
Yeah, right now we're just going to see potentially like a fair drag down or just a fire arrow knockup. You cannot be trying to grab down tilt. That move is super safe, especially for what you're giving. Sweet spot down air will take it. 100%.
I don't know if you heard Diet Soda cackling in the background. He's like, that's a Youngling moment. I heard it loud and clear. Yeah. Shout out to Diet Soda.
You can even see a little bit of the Georgia crowd in the background right now, trying to cheer their boy on.
North Carolina a little bit behind Toast as well, as you see Regalo and Diet Soda in the crowd. But hey, you saw, I know you pointed out the spot dodge after the down tilt. You cannot be grabbing there. And I think Omega was just reminded of that. I know he knows that. He's smart enough to know that, but he's getting reminded now because Toast will down tilt, he will spot dodge, and he will down tilt again.
That's just every Youngling. MDVA has several prominent Younglings. They all do it.
They all do it.
They all do it.
I mean, for a reason.
It's good. It is a good move.
It is like a great option.
It has a surprising amount of distance. It's fast. It's safe, and it leads into so much. And why wouldn't you use it at that point? But you have to be known that they're going to do it again, and you just kind of have to hold shield and pray it doesn't poke the second time. Because if it does, well, we saw what happens if you get hit by it.
Right back to PS2 we go, as Omega probably not wanting to think too much about that game 1. He knows it kind of got robbed away from him off of that second stock. But now he has a chance to make a fresh start as he's going to start racking up this early percent. He's once again starting strong, but Toast, if he gets any sort of combo starter at these low percents, he will do like 70.
Yeah, you can see those trades right now really are definitely benefiting Toast here more than they are for Omega. Youngling's damage output we talked about it a bit earlier. Really good. And feels like Joker is more multi-hit reliant. So if you're losing trades against Youngling, it's probably not the greatest situation for you. However, that Arsene is going to be a great tech.
Ooh, great tech. and Toast, to his credit, knows where he's going to be going, where he's going to be headed to after that counter, and he's ready for the tech. So really nicely done. That should be death as he gets the fair one into drag down up air into an up smash. And once again, the first stock goes the way of Omega, but there's less of a lead this time. And Arsene not even close to getting built up here.
Definitely not, but it's still possible for Youngling to lose these stocks early. You talked about his recovery, kind of gimpable at times, and Joker is definitely one of the characters with one of the best skip abilities. Good ledge, good tether cancel there, but gonna die to that startup of down air, which is probably one of these. I will say, feels like one of the strongest moves in the game when you get hit by it, because it's a little bit weird to DI as well.
I think the fancy footwork and a little bit of movement there from Omega. I love the little tether grab into the cancel into edge guard attempt, but it didn't lead into a stock, and in fact, it kind of led him into losing a stock. But we still have a bit of a percent lead, about 30% in favor of Omega. Now Arsene online means that a small character like Younglink will just get deleted from the screen, and this back air, if it lands, is going to take the stock. But nice little movement from Toast to get back to the stage.
You have to find a way to get through this ledge
right through the fire arrow.
Trap. But yeah, that back air. We've talked about it. Joker back air good, pretty strong, and it's got pretty good range with Arsene. So to be, it's going to take that stock cleanly right there with Youngling trying to get past it. Fire arrow can't stop a whole ghost.
25% combo from Omega, and I think Toast is happy that he was able to get the Arsene out before taking a single hit. But now Omega has so much time to build up another Arsene meter in there. The Georgia crowd is starting to chant behind us.
That should be the stock right there. There's the down tilt following up on that roll. And this is 56% is not the worst. Of course, you'd rather not be taking that percent.
Toast makes that back in one low percent combo.
Yeah, well, one low percent combo. Oh, that was a really good jab lock with the guns right there. And you're taking way too much damage to be comfortable right now, especially with looking at how soon it's going to be for Arsene to come out, because, you know, it's a new stock, and getting that, no Punisher, just going to get a grab off it, though.
Yeah, no one is ever punishing the hero spin or the down tilt. That move is way too lagless to ever even dream of punishing it. Ooh, nice little guns there from Omega, but it doesn't lead into a stock. But the Rebels guard is going to bring Arsene out very early. 41% only on Omega, and the back air going to take that stock as the light character of Younglink just not able to withstand the onslaught of the Persona.
Yeah, we even see Toast rushing in a little bit there, which most people try to like run out and camp it, while Youngling is totally capable of doing it. We've seen how well Omega's been able to get around Toast's projectiles. So deciding this time to take the fight to Omega, try to wear out that Arsene through just the hits itself. Unfortunately, though, that back air does not care what your game plan is. It will just force its way through.
I'm interested to see if he runs it back to PS2. I imagine he might want a change of scenery a little bit, because I think Toast knows that he kind of got away with murder on that game one. So Town and City is the pick, a little bit more interesting platform plays, and it makes Joker a little bit less prevalent on those drag downs. I don't know if there's a platform setup where you can quite get a drag down into up smash setup on Town and City.
I believe maybe on this middle platform. It's potential for it on the middle platform. However, the main benefit of it here is Toast has not been, we haven't seen a single up smash, so obviously the ups, like, you know, killing off the top is not as prevalent for Toast here. Omega, we've talked about it, those drag down combos and the up smashes have been huge for him. So those side, there is spot, down tilt, down tilt. But these kills off the side have been huge for both of them. So while, of course, you're giving up the potential to lose a stock to Joker Bear or just any Joker strong move that kills off the side earlier, you're also going to be killing off the side rather early, especially when you have those fair combos. But once again, there's a trade-off. There's that back here so close to the ledge right there. That's going to take the stock.
And Omega is such a good player at getting those edge guards. He's so good at finding the back airs off stage. And for a light character like Younglink, if you're sent off stage at all, Omega will go hunting for you, and he will throw out that back air, and he will attempt to get that stock at 60%. And with Arsene, it's going to happen at 40.
Yep. The bomb drop attempt to potentially, you know, hit on the grab. However,
if that was a back air, I think Toast would have been dead. But forward smash coming out, gotta feel pretty good for Toast. Only 42%, and now Arsene offline as well. So
no,
no,
you can't punish that.
Omega, you can't punish it if you're not ready. A nice little attempt from Omega, and now the fair to get Toast off of the ledge and a jab. Nice little catch on the neutral get up. Percentage is slowly getting built up for Omega, and now with Arsene online, backer's just gonna kill?
No, not just yet.
But now, missing out on the Maraka Karin is Toast able to maneuver around it beautifully with the hero spin.
That's not going to be the stock, but you did use your jump there, so you have to watch out.
Now you're
because, yeah, you're just going to see that barrage of bear, especially with like just the whole argument of does Arsene actually make recovery better for Joker. It definitely does allow him to go a little bit further deep there, especially with against a character like Young Link who does not have that great mix-up on their uppy.
Ooh, nice little combo from Omega. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's not. Well, it looks cool, so we'll take those.
Yeah, but dash attack on shield, no punish for it, but that back air is that back is putting in a lot of work. It's walling out Toast really well because we talked about how stubby Young Link can be at times. So getting through that is going to be hard, but there's a damage with the returning boomerang as well.
Forward air, back air, not quite enough yet. Forward air, not quite enough in the center of the stage as Young Link definitely lacking in kill power compared to a lot of characters in this game, but down tilt fair is a great way to end that stock off. And we are at last stock and Toast only at 29, so absolutely not that big of a deficit at all.
However, we are seeing a lot of this great down B usage from Omega to just take that damage, build up that Arsene meter quite a bit, actually.
And now with every hit, every damage, every percentage point that Joker takes, Arsene gets a little bit closer, and Omega, with this on-map platform, you should be terrified if you're Toast.
And you're going to get through it. How did that one not activate on Toast?
I love the way that Omega plays with Arsene. He's so aggressive. He's pressuring so much. Every single hit feels like it could be the end of the stock. And attempted a ledge trump, but Toast reacting very fast and getting back to the stage, not letting Omega get comfortable, not letting him get any pressure. And Toast waiting out this Arsene beautifully. And he's not quite at kill percent without Arsene, so we can take those if you're Toast right now.
Footstool is still going to make it back, though.
He still did have his jump. Now, 92% onto Omega. I think right now is when Young Link starts to become really scary. Nice read, but the shield comes out in time on the roll. Toast just barely mistiming the up smash.
How are we going to see a little bit of an overextension from Omega, putting himself right back in his little disadvantage state, but resetting back to neutral right now.
Arsene is almost back online.
That's going to be it.
Really, really beautifully done by Toast. You can tell the pressure was starting to get to both of them, but Toast coming out on top in the middle of the scramble, and that was really, really nicely played. You could, if Arsene had come online and one aerial had landed, Toast's stock was gone, and it would have been a 2-1 lead for Omega, but Toast prevails, gets the up smash out, and just like you said, he got to kill with up smash.
Which we talked about. He didn't use up smash at all in those first two games. Pulling it out in that last stock, getting shielded. So that for most people, that would be like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that. Obviously, they were ready. Do it again. They're not going to be ready for the second time.
Just with the no mix-up, mix-up.
No mix-up. They wouldn't expect me to do it again, would they? No, of course. It works. If it works, it works. And that up smash is strong. So with that little bit of rage on Young Link, that took the stock.
Beautiful. Just great game from Toast. And I think this is a great set so far. I think both of these players are playing to their strength extremely well. Especially, I think, in the early games, like the first couple stocks, Omega has a lot of momentum, but Toast, just with such a great clutch factor, is really great in those pressure situations and not letting the pressure get to him too much. If you don't get a Punisher, I'm going to be really sad.
Young Link's, the up B, I believe, is only -6. Okay, only -16, which could actually wait. You're going to be able to make it back, yeah. A little boost from the tether is going to be enough. Footstool out of shield into the gun, and you're going to get a decent amount of damage off that as well.
Dude, George is popping off for 20%.
Hey,
just hearing them yell for every footstool is so funny.
Footstool out of shield, footstool out of shield.
Ooh, that was nice from Toast, and he catches the recovery with the hero spin as well. And every little multi-hit feels really good because that gets more and more of the Arsene meter offline. And nice little high up B from Toast, but no jump gone. The back air is going to take that stock.
There's always potential to use the bomb to, potentially regain in the up B. However, maybe from that high, you're not going to be able to get it out in time.
Yeah, definitely.
Even with the bomb and the up B. Plus, even if you do get it out, trying to use it again, but not going to be able to follow up there. Even if you do get it out, there's a Arsene Joker waiting just to be able to drop down Barry.
A little bit of a questionable up smash there. I do not think it was intentional. Or maybe it was a hard read on something that, on a book that I've never heard of before. So now a lead for Omega as he's starting to build up his Arsene meter again, but you got to be dead now. If you get hit by that down tilt at that percentage without that much rage on Young Link, you are getting hit by the fair. So nicely done by Toast to keep the deficit from going any bigger. And now we're looking for Omega to get another Arsene meter online.
Yeah, 33% on it. We also have not been seeing any rapid jabs coming out from Toast, which is interesting because it does, rapid jabs do add on a bit of damage, and it's not that like the angle changes with the jumping jab from Youngling. This is a lot of damage and a lot of Arsene meter gone. But it's just interesting to note that he just hasn't been going for it.
That's not an option that Toast really goes for a lot. I think he prefers to rely around down tilt and hero spin a lot in order to get those multi-hit and those low percent combos. And he will go for like the timing on the fairs and the bears and up airs as well. So, and I think like a lot of multi-hits, especially when you're building up Arsene meter on Joker, you kind of don't want to hit him with a bunch of those because they'll build up the Arsene meter really quickly.
And we've been seeing Omega consistently roll out in that situation. He's not rolling in, he's not keeping shield. He's rolling out, and Toast is starting to pick up on it quite a bit.
Toast is the type of player to pick up on it, and he's going to get the punish for it eventually. Fire arrow from the ledge doesn't quite land as Joker's hitbox when he's dashing goes so low to the ground. And now nice up cash on the up smash, a little call out on the option from Omega. I think he was going for Nair, and Nair comes out pretty slowly from Joker. So great punish from Toast to get that stock. And now Toast, this is a winner's stock for Omega as he's starting to lose his momentum more and more every second.
Yeah, that should be the stock to do. Drag down, no tech in the F smash.
As soon as I say that, we're back to an even game.
If you're Toast, you're probably not super happy there because you didn't even get Arsene out there. Yeah, just go for a spot choke there, anticipating some sort of like immediate action from Toast, and you're gonna get away. He's gonna end up with the punish, dealing about 37%. But Toast, that Arsene's gonna be out soon, and he's gonna have to figure out a way to deal with it while taking all this damage.
I do love that Omega always goes for that second bear, hoping that someone will jump a little bit early, maybe call out a panic option. But Toast is not a player that is going to panic very easily. He's so chill, he's so clutch, and he's kind of ice cold. But Arsene is online, and with Youngling at 70% right now, if one aerial hits off stage, a footstool doesn't quite land anything. But now back air gonna be not quite enough.
But here's a Joker just saying, we see the bomb. Yep. But going to go super low, and then Arsene's gonna run out. So you have to watch out what you do though, because you're still at the ledge. However, gonna get the grab there, move a little bit stale.
It was a gorgeous recovery from Toast, and now Omega finally able to punish the hero spin, and I think Toast is able to live this.
He's overall getting closer than he's not, and going overextending there. That's gonna be huge. But look how much damage on the board for Toast. We're in the area where throw kills are gonna be legitimately an option soon.
This is a super scary situation because Toast has a good amount of rage now, and Fair, if you're close enough to the ledge, might be enough to take it. Down throw not quite there, is just a little bit more, but now the F-tilt will confirm game 4, and we're going to a game 5.
So, also, I just want to note, that was a roll. That was a Young Link roll. He went nowhere, and the F-tilt would have covered both neutral get up and, well, as we saw, roll there. And unfortunately, though, with how bad Young Link's roll is, wasn't able to do it there. And
I think Joker F-tilt's also a pretty underrated move.
It's pretty good for poking, and it lingers for a little bit, and also does have the multi-hits part of it. So
I think the range, a lot of people will underestimate as well. It goes a little bit further than you think a lot of times. And Toast, thinking long and hard about this last counter pick. I don't know if he wants to go Town and City again, but modified DSR actually is on, I think. So
3 bands MDSR?
I might be lying.
If 3 bands MDSR is kind of insane, I will say.
I might be lying because I'm thinking of the HDR setup.
I think with typically 3 bands, 8 stages, it's no DSR.
I think it's no DSR. You're probably right.
I would hope it's no DSR because that is.
We should probably know the rules list, you know?
No, commentators are always wrong, guys.
All good, guys.
But
don't worry about it.
There's also the chance, though, that Omega did end up banning Town after that.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think Omega probably not wanting to go back to where Toast is most comfortable. But Town and City is the hover, so maybe that is not the case whatsoever, and we can just eat our words and go back to Town and City anyway.
Yeah, Game 5 is going to be important because, I mean, it is, at the end of the day, you kind of pick advantage for Toast. However, we did not really, that Game 3 didn't feel like any heavy advantage for either player.
This has been a very, very close set so far. I'm pretty sure every game has gone down to last stock. Neither of these players able to get too much of a lead over the other without the other one just coming out and taking a stock out of nowhere or getting a really nice confirm. And like I think both these players, aside from that, like the second stock in game 1 that Toast robbed away from Omega, both players have been playing to their strengths very well, building up percentage steadily, and getting their confirms at those kill percents. So a very straightforward and like pretty, I would argue, skill-based set of Smash here.
Definitely, and there's the rapid time coming up. We're going to be able to, SDI, just going to be able to get out of it quick. And there's going to be almost no Arsene loss there, and 60% is very scary right now. It's not a lot, but Younglink is light, and we talked about it.
And there's the back air.
So back here on that Town and City. Scary situation. It was only at 60%.
Oh,
and the
Omega. Not like this, bro. Not like this. I swear, I've seen Omega do that so many times. Poor guy. But I just hope he's not shaken by it, because he was at a pretty solid percent already.
I did look at the players. Omega kind of put his head back, had a slight little laugh about it, that's a rather good sign. If you're able to if you're not like super tight on yourself, that's pretty good overall, because it does affect your mentality. However, the slight little laugh could be a sign of potentially being taken out of the zone, which is a really big thing, actually.
I mean, you saw Toast kind of recoil a little bit as well. I think his momentum or his focus was shot a little bit as well. He was like, what the hell just happened?
Really?
But now, yeah.
That happened? Yeah. And we can see the grab attempt coming out, but
doesn't get the second hit of the down air with Arsene, and that means that there's not going to be a confirm, and now Toast with these fair ones into the down tilt is going to do so much damage, and Arsene is offline, and 147, so much percent up built up for Toast here. This is such a huge lead, and the fair call out on the jump, and we are at last stock for Omega, and only 13% on Toast. It's going to need to be a huge effort from Omega to make this all the way back.
And we have seen the potential of Joker on this stage, so it's once again not undoable. It just you cannot be playing risky versus Younglink, especially a Younglink that we've seen is capable of punishing you for just the slightest mistake.
Great call out on the double jump, as well as Toast is reading every. I mean, correctly saw the Arsene. Doesn't quite get a punish on the Arsene come out, but still, it's just Omega trying to get in and Toast trying to play reactive, be sure that Omega isn't able to start anything. And every single time he gets a little bit of a start, the Arsene meter goes down more and more. No back airs connecting, as you can see Arsene is draining so fast.
Yeah, and you keep running into those arrows, and you can't even punish him for the whipped grab there. This is a very... there's a foot sword not getting the gun out in time.
Both of these players trading on each other's shields, and the Aha building up a little bit of damage, and now the drag down, and we are at last stock. 81% on Omega means that Younglink won't have a super difficult time killing after getting a little bit more percent, but Omega still has a bit of a hill to climb if he wants to make this comeback, and the Nair is going to make it more and more difficult. 105 now, as we have reached just about that confirmed percentage for Younglink. Nair into down tilt is going to start something off for Omega, and he's going to start a string, and he's going to build up 46%. More and more pressure onto this Younglink, as Omega winning every single neutral exchange.
Should also be noted that since Omega is at the disadvantage right now, oh, that could be no good air dodge.
Quite. Oh, the tech as well! And now Arsene is online. Toast has got to start sweating now. Omega could make this comeback after the SD on the first stock, and now fair whiffing as well. It's so close. Both players in this scramble looking for anything to start out, and the Aegon gonna connect in the back here. Doesn't come out in time.
The great Nair coming out, just gonna linger for a little bit from Toast. You're scared. You're scared right now. That is the Arsene. That Arsene's almost gone though. You just cannot mess up for the next 2 seconds.
Oh, up air doesn't land, and Arsene goes away as well. And now Toast with the read on the roll! And that's going to be the up smash, and Toast is going to take it game 5. Last stock, last hit. Omega got to be kicking himself for that SD at the beginning, because that was so close to Omega moving on to top 32 winners.
You can even see Omega, he's taking a second, sitting in that chair with his hands on his head. Just, you can see production right now too as well. Just, that was a unfortunate way to lose your first stock with the momentum you had going, and letting Toast build that back is huge. And you just couldn't find that last kill in that offstage interaction that you